So let's talk about it. Tulsi Gabbard and her brother, and the accusations that are swirling around her brother, where he was in Hawaii at a resort, walking around the pool of the resort, taking children's names, writing them down, their ages, from what I understand, writing them down, and solicited at least one, if not multiple, with gum, candy, and money to come back to his room. Tulsi Gabbard's family asked for patience at this time. Supposedly, allegedly, her brother is on a psych hold somewhere, thank goodness, because they say he's having a psychotic break or a psychotic episode, what have you. So he is on an involuntary hold. Now, this isn't new to the realm of politics. It seems like everybody and their fucking brother is somehow involved in some nasty sexual scandal. Okay? And that is something that really and truly needs to stop in this country. Okay? Some of y'all men, and it seems to be mostly men, okay? Some of y'all men didn't learn as young children and young adults to keep your fucking hands to yourself. Okay? Y'all weren't taught the concept of consent. Okay? And I am so sorry that you weren't taught that, but that is not society's problem. That is your problem. And if you're a grown-ass adult, well, you should seek opportunity to teach yourself about consent and keeping your hands to yourself. That is why if I were actually ever to become president, not like that's ever going to happen, I would petition Congress for new laws to remove all statutes of all limitations on all sex crimes, sex trafficking, sex with minors, forcible sex, all of that stuff. Yeah, there would be no statute of limitations anymore. I don't care if it happened 6 hours ago, 6 days ago, 6 weeks ago, 6 months ago, 6 years ago, or 6 decades ago. Okay? If you put your hand on somebody else's body or shoved any part of your body into someone else's body forcefully, or you have solicited minors to try to traffic them, lure them up to your bedroom, or violate them, you should be held accountable. I personally think the days of, well, we can't ruin a man's reputation over one small little mistake go the way of all mythology. I personally would petition Congress to implore or input harsh punishments. That's what I was trying to think of. Harsh punishments. And there's a way to do that. I say since Donald J. Trump wants his fucking name on everything, there's one place that we can do it. It would make a fitting memorial, don't you think? The Donald J. Trump Towers Prison. That would be where the worst of the worst would go. That would be where all the sexual deviants would go, okay? Whether it be child, adult, doesn't fucking matter. If you're a sexual deviant and you have gone to a court of law and you have been found guilty or liable for sexual deviant acts, you go to that prison, okay? Also, if you're caught engaging in an insurrection to try to overthrow your government so that you can keep the dictator installed, you too should spend the rest of your life in Trump Towers Prison. Make it a big old gold building if you want to, the gaudier the better, okay? I would hope that Tangerine Palpatine's name would become synonymous with the worst of the worst prisons in the world, where the worst of the worst criminals go to. Parents, you need to teach your boys how to fucking keep their hands to themselves, okay? And yes, I say boys because statistically speaking, it is most likely men that do this shit. Maybe it would make y'all think twice before y'all interacted with people of the opposite gender. How you present yourself, how you talk to someone, how you treat someone of the opposite gender, or hell, even the same gender in most cases. Because doing this the way we always have been has netted us nothing more than an adjudicated rapist, a 34-time felon, and credibly accused over 1 million times over in only 1% of the Epstein files that we have seen to be a fucking child pedophile. And he is the sitting president of these United States, instead of sitting in a prison cell named after him. I will say again, all statutes of limitations on any and all sex crimes or sex trafficking crimes, there should be no statute of limitations. If you did anything close to that, your life deserves to be fucking ruined. Okay? I said what I said.